Welcome back, everybody. We will be here in a couple of minutes. Right then, let's get this show on the road. Welcome back, everybody. It is 8:30 on the 12th of June, and it is a Thursday. We're going to be doing some interesting things tonight. Hopefully we get to take a quick look at something which has been, almost ready for a while. Looks like we're going to take a look at it tonight. I haven't even tested it on this machine, so full disclosure, it's the first time run. We're going to take a look at that in about 25 minutes, because I want to give our man Dom from yesterday a little bit of time to join us, if he has time, or I have the ability to find that message which he's probably sent me somewhere. yeah, it's all about the communication systems, which one will be used, but we'll figure it out. Whichever way is the case. Let's see, are we good? We're good. Yep, we're good. Hello, Fernicar, Battlecruiser Operational. Hello, Kurt Curtis. Hello, Full Dive Media. I'm doing great. I hope you're all doing good too. And as I say, it is a Thursday. Now, I do want to take a quick look at something which we spoke about briefly, involving the animations and the sourcing of them from video games. So we're going to be doing something a little bit fresh in a short minute, and the success of it, you'll be able to tell for yourself whether it's something you're interested in doing. I think I've got a controller. Yeah, I've got a controller. Gonna need a controller for this one. Okay. And, you know, for reference, it's going to be Helldivers 2. Might even... Yeah, do you know what we need to do? We need to get some video as well. Get some Helldivers 2 video. Train a video model. So then I'm doing a twofer. I can take a short recording, and I can use that recording to train a video model and to sample the animations in isometric. Right? So that's going to be one of the things we're looking at. But the first thing I want to show you is the latest evolution in my project. Okay, so like I said, I get a little bit excited, but Pong Tank 2 is basically done, by the way. We tried to morph it into a open world game. It didn't really work. So it was only yesterday when I showed you my VO3 Angel, which is a desktop prompt enhancer for VO3. Oh yeah, don't forget, if you're watching live or you're watching later, there is a Discord and you can join it. Links in the description. Right. So anyway, VO3 Angel. This one allowed you to turn simple prompts into advanced VO3 style, I call it, because it's got all the information you need to do a sick VO3 video. But we weren't happy with that, so we decided to continue and turn it into DJZ Prompt Angel, which is an evolution. And the evolution features dark mode, and it also features support for WAN, LTX, Hunyan Video, and Kling, in addition to VO3. So essentially it became a one-stop shop, and you can actually add your own system prompts and example collections in MD format. You just put them in the right folder, restart the app, and there they are. So it turned into a fully modular one-stop shop for prompt enhancement geared towards video generation. Okay. And I do think there might be a bug in this version where sometimes it uses the VO3 system prompt as a fallback. It's a fallback, so something went wrong. But I'm looking into that. Regardless, I fixed that bug in the next evolution of the software, which is why I'm saying I might have to go back and double check, because it seems like this one might be falling back to the VO3 assistant, which it shouldn't. Anyway, I realized that we could make this even more betterer, so we went for the DJZ Aura. Now this one is what I'm going to show you today. I'm going to download that installer and install it. And this is actually kind of cool. You have the Add New Agents README, which shows you how you can add your own. Just create an MD file and put it in the right folder. It couldn't be simpler, guys. You just put the file in the right folder. That's it. Nothing more to it. And yeah, so anyway, blah, blah, blah. Cool. The example prompts or the random prompts are in here as well, in case you were wondering and you do get this. But it's compatible with OLAMA and OpenRouter API. So that means you'll be able to do desktop prompt enhancement for, sorry, not prompt enhancement, desktop agentic text generation. So essentially, this is all my old, let me show you here real quick. So all of the stuff that's in LLM base prompts and a couple of others from the Spittoon and places like that, they're all, whoops, wrong one. They're all on display. So like I say, DJZ Aura, it has all of my agents built in. You know what I mean? All of those little agents we built over the last year, they're all in one app now, and you can use them with OLAMA or OpenRouter API. Oh, and you can add your own examples for like RAG or style transfer, whatever the prompt is demanding. Yeah, we're going to show you that now. So let's give it an install, and we'll have a little look at it. Run Aura. Now, does it run? Yeah, it does. See, there was a thing where it was running like if the thing doesn't open, like sometimes the thing wouldn't open up, and you can get to it with localhost 6. Localhost 3000. It's also on the web page. You know what I mean? Because it's like both. It's this and it's that. That's kind of strange, but anyway, that's a node for you. Right. So I'm going to pick open router. You can just hit cancel because it has an Ollama mode anyway, so you don't need a key. I'm going to go ahead and get my key. What are you talking about? Show me the files. That's an Anthropic API. Oh, it's fiddlesticks. 2 seconds. I got to get another API key. God damn it. Open router. I swear I already had this written down. Too many API keys. Alright, well, I'll just make another one, guys, real quick. If the page ever loads. It's coming, it's coming! Apparently, come on, open the page. Okay, so I'm getting a black screen from... what's it say? Application error. Client-side exception has occurred. Check that out. Isn't that good? So no more keys, guys. No more keys. Listen. I'm just trying to demo my thing. All right. All right. Hang on, guys. I have to adapt and improve. Give me a sec. It's not letting me get a key. Stop. Stop. Right, you're not going to let me get a key? Fine. I will just hack one for free. Give me a second, guys. Now, somebody's probably already saying, why don't you just refresh the page? That could work. It could work. But I'm going to do something far riskier. Far, far, far riskier by just leaking it as plain text across a chat. Hell yeah. Okay. And we will now delete the post. Ah, there's something wrong with that, dudes. There's something going on. That's not me. That's not me. That is open route is down. What's going on? Oh wait, is it back? No, open route is down. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Well, it looks like I'm not going to be showing you that then. Oh, but wait. Ollama. Looks like it's time for Ollama to shine. The API's down. What do you do? What do you do? Pop quiz, hot shot. So we're going to put it on. It's not actually open yet. I'm still opening it. There we go, it's open. Okay, so we're going to take Qwen 3, 8 billion, Q8, which is the largest model I currently have on there. I have DeepSeek 14B in Q4, which is about the same size, but I think we'll just go with Qwen 3, 8B. Ooh, DeepSeek 4, it's Q4, of course. I can only get, yeah, okay. Long story short, we have DeepSeek R1 8 billion with Llama Distill. So I'm going to take Qwen. Dark mode does make it a little bit hard to read the menu here, I will admit, but you can just switch between the two, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, so as you can see, that's what we have it set to. Ollama, we have it set to Qwen. Let's do a speed test with the 4090, I guess. So I'm going to do... Ooh, let's do Golden Shadow Code, right? This is going to be a fun one. Wait a minute. Uh-oh. That's not right. That's not right. It should change over. Oh, dear. It's not... That's Anthropic. That's Ollama. Aha! Ha ha ha! There we go. I don't know why that was. It seemed to get stuck on the wrong thing there. Strange bugs. Okay, so anyway, Golden Shadow Code is a special agent I came up with, which actually looks at HTML and, well, like I say, it'll look at the code. So, well, let's see if it works first before I start talking about that. So if I say blah, 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 what is it? Use the Golden Shadow, use the Golden Shadow agent to enhance this code, I guess you could say. Enhance this code, right? And then what I'll do is I'll just copy paste some HTML in there. Where are we? Oh, no, you can't do Pong Tank 3 just like that. That's just rude. Pong, we got Pong, yeah? Just Pong. Oh, wait, I need to copy Pong. I need to copy Pong proper. Get ponged. Okay. We'll put it in here like this. That's the whole HTML. Just give it to Gwen. Include example outputs for reference. Okay. Well, I'm not doing that. There aren't any. I haven't put any in here. You can put things in there if you want. Depending on what prompt you're using. Ooh. What's it saying? Enhancement failed. User prompt must be less than this many characters. Okay. All right. That's okay. Okay, so if I take this, yes, and then I want to go to wherever this file is. Where's this file at? Right, so it installs it to the C drive, users, your name, app data. Where's app data? Huh. Ah, there it is. App data. And I think it's in local programs. Just to outfox you, you know, just when you thought you knew your way around your own computer. There's programs in app data local. Yeah. And then in here, we'll see Aura. And then there it is. So then if I go into resources, assets, there's no examples folder. Good times. Doesn't even exist because there was no files bundled in there. I'm going to have to give some defaults, aren't I? User prompt must be less than 5,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new MD file, which is that website. I'm going to call it pong.md. Okay, or HTML pong. Yeah. So we'll just make a new text file and we'll call it html-pong.md. And you will want to have your extensions showing. Cool. And then inside of this thing, open it with Notepad. I'm going to copy the code in, save it. That's good. Right. Now, I think I might have to restart this. Yeah. So let's just restart it. So it should pick up the file that we've put there, right? Okay, there it is. I was like, how have I lost the folder already? We were just there. Doxing myself again? No! It keeps happening. All right, so we get rid of this one. There he is. We've got the app. If I include, I now have HTML Pong because I marked it as a .md file, which is fine. It's just totally fine HTML. He doesn't care it's a .md. And so now I'll be like, use Golden Shadow agent with my HTML Pong game. I want to see what he comes up with. So hopefully, I bet it's still going to say, oh, it's too long. We'll see what happens. I bet it's too long, isn't it? Nuts. Because he's not actually submitting this as a prompt. It's, wow, we'll see, won't we? It works fine without the inclusion. But because the open router's down at the moment, I just want to see if it can even do this. It's a shame you can't see the console for everything it's doing. I might think about adding that back in. But just taking a look at some of the modes you can have, we've got the 3D knowledge framework, chapter to screenplay, chapter to script, Deep Lucid 3D, which is a merge of Deep Lucid and the 3D knowledge framework, Golden Shadow Code, which is what we're using right now. Oh, no, it's still thinking about it. Stoic GPT, the unified narrative operator, which is used for upscaling stories. Bit more complicated than that, but you know. The Machiavellian Collection, which is brand hacking, competitive intelligence, crisis management, executive leadership, life coaching, negotiation, and political campaigns. And then we've got our My Transcript tools, which are also available as an MCP, but this gives you a way to do each piece rather than have it as one agent doing it intelligently. You can have contextual repair to fix a broken transcript, natural formatting, which uses the timestamps to put it into a readable format that isn't like line by line, and then summary, which is able to take the entire thing and summarize that for use with prompts. Yo, Dominic, welcome. So glad you could make it. But keen eyes in the audience will notice that this is the beginning of how do I say this? This is towards narrative inversion. That's what we're doing. We are moving towards narrative inversion as a desktop app. I think it's impractical to get the entire system into one thing, but it might be possible to do, you know, to make a working demo of how it works. So it'll write the page that came before it. I don't know how to make it write all of the pages yet, and that's an interface problem. See, it only gives one output and that's it. There's no chat down here yet. So it can't really do page 1, page 2, page 3, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It can't do that yet. But what I'd like to do is have it so that if it makes artifacts, they get pulled out as files. But again, this is all extra stuff. People don't appreciate all that programmatic stuff that's going on. And I'm learning a new respect as I build it all from scratch like this. But again, this was a free response from Quen38B in Q8. So that is the thinking tag here. Right, there's your thinking. So here is the golden shadow analysis of HTML Pong. So it says there's commented logic, deprecated AI opponent code with basic decision-making logic, unused sound effects, audio elements not integrated, potential multiplayer foundation, socket IO library included but not utilized. So see what I'm talking about? This is what I'm talking about. I'm making this bigger. This is probably the best example, right? You know how I showed you that VR, not VR. I can't zoom in on it. Right, hang on. How do I zoom in on this beast? You don't. Hang on. You don't. Elgato. Right, what we can do is we can do a copy and we can do a paste. No, it's a reference, so that means it's just going to do this. Yeah, there's no point. All right, fine. Note to self. Make zoom feature. So anyway, if I just read this out. So what I've done is I've given it an HTML Pong game, right? And I've given it to my Golden Shadow agent. He has then analyzed the code. And he has found, this is what I'm talking about with the Golden Shadow, guys. Look at this. These are the things that are already in the game, but they're not in the game. Yeah? You can't use Magnify on Windows. No, you're right, Full Dive. You can't use Magnify on Windows. Let me see. Magnify. I bet it doesn't work like you think it does. Let me see. Oh my! Ah! What happened? Huh? Okay, right, hang on. Oh! Man. This is just the type of scuffed I like. But anyway, like I say, so if you see here, this actually is working, I can't lie. Check out the top there, commented AI logic, yeah? Deprecated AI opponent code with basic decision-making logic. Commented out. That means it's in the game, but it's not being used. Audio elements for collision and scoring, but not integrated. Potential multiplayer foundation. Socket IO library included, but not utilized. So it's got multiplayer. The damn thing has multiplayer built in, but I'm just not using it. Yeah. Unimplemented power-up system. Class structure for power-ups. Empty implementation. Yeah. So look. High-value opportunity. AI opponent resurrection. Enhances gameplay complexity and replayability. Minimal integration. Re-implement the complemented logic with modern decision trees or reinforcement learning patterns. Yeah, it's identified. Look at this, right? Sound system. It's identified add sound effects for these things. Multiplayer. Activate socket IO for real-time multiplayer with turn. How the hell do you do turn-based Pong? I moved my paddle up a bit. Right? Yeah, that's what this is what it is. That's placeholder code. It's placeholder code. That's exactly what it is, Fernicar. Well spotted. But what this agent does is it reviews the code and looks for code which could have been easily turned into new features, and then with that report you get him to add it. So let's see, difficulty scaling. Yeah. Re-implement commented logic. Yeah. Integrate with existing ball physics system. Add difficulty scaling. Easy, medium, hard. Element background. AI opponent code was likely suppressed due to time constraints or technical debt. Mate, I love that. Technical debt. You see, the project has a technical debt which we're trying to deal with. The commented logic includes basic paddle positioning and ball prediction algorithms, suggesting an abandoned plan to create a challenging but fair opponent. I know exactly what happened there. He's disabled the AI logic so that it would be easier to add new features. Got to watch out for that. Make sure all your features are actually working fully every time you change it, because he might just be like, the AI code's hard, I'll just comment it out. Implementation. So build AI using reinforcement learning or state machines. Wow. So it's even coming up with an improved way of doing it. Okay, corner shots, mid-court rallies. AI doesn't disrupt paddle controls or scoring. Okay, and then implementation guidance. Refactor AI logic into a dedicated class. Sound lag. Use web API for low latency audio. By resurrecting the AI opponent, you're unlocking a dormant capability that can transform the game from simple exercise into a competitive experience. Now remember guys, this was done with Quen 3, not Sonnet, Quen 3, yeah? So just in case you're wondering, we are using my new Aura agentic text generation tool. We're using my golden shadow code, and we have given it HTML Pong as an asset. You just put it in the folder as a .md file and then restart the app and it will see it as an asset. And we're using Olama with Quen 3, 8B, Q8. It's an 8.2 gigabyte GGUF. Man, the text looks a bit scuffed on my screen today. Oh man, I've been feeling that for a while though. Whoa. Okay, so let's do some other thing right now, yeah? How about we use the 3D knowledge framework? It's definitely not going to give the same... I love that. That's so good. It's so good. It literally found a whole bunch of features. It found better AI, sound effects, multiplayer, and it wanted to simplify the collision detection for the ball physics because it's over-engineered. That's going to slow the game down. And then it even found an unfinished power-up system. Like, that to me is like, that's 2.0 right there. If you implement all that stuff, that's 2.0. Just from getting an agent to be like, hey, what did I miss? You know? What did I miss? It makes me wonder what else I could get it. Ah, here we go. We got another one. Right, so let's see. Use Golden Shadow. Ah, it's gold. He doesn't know what Golden Shadow is. Look, user wants me to use the three-dimensional knowledge frame and with the Golden Shadow agent. I don't know what that is. I should probably change the prompt, you know. Use 3D knowledge. 3D... what is it? 3DKF to assess my HTML game. Alright, there we go. Okay. Go. But yeah, in case you don't know what this is... right. Prompt Angel is my latest... Or Prompt Angel was my latest project. It's actually now Aura. What the hell? Oh, I see. The README hasn't been... Wait, there's the README. Well, that's confusing. I could have sworn I was just looking at the old... Anyway, whatever. The old repo. So, it's because of I haven't updated the screenshot. Okay. So anyway, yeah, Aura is going to allow you to do a whole bunch of different personas and stuff. Like I said, we're still developing this one. It's a bit of fun. But all you need to do is download it, get in the folder, do npm install, and then npm start. That's for development mode. If you want to run it, just download the exe installer and go ahead and use that. So, man, this Zoom thing is something else. What the... I'm lost. I don't like the Zoom. Whoa. Oh my god. Okay, so here we go. HTML Pong. Right. So this is the thinking section, guys. Don't forget, this is the thinking section. So let me start by recalling what 3DKF entails. Framework has 3 dimensions: awareness, content, and accessibility. Each dimension splits into known and unknown, and then further into knowable and unknowable. First, I need to understand the topic, an HTML Pong game. The user is probably looking to analyze the game's state, identify gaps, and figure out how to improve it. They might be a developer who has built the game, who wants to evaluate its strengths and weaknesses. Let me break it down using known knowns. These are the things they're aware of and can verify. For example, they know the basic mechanics of Pong, like paddles, ball movement, scoring. They can verify this by testing the game. The implications here would be that they have a solid foundation so they can build upon it. Evolution might involve adding features like power-ups or multiplayer, which the Golden Shadow guy already found is in the code, right? Next, unknowable known knowns. These are things that they think they know but can't fully verify. Maybe they assume the game is responsive on all devices, but they haven't tested it thoroughly. The implication here are potential bugs or inconsistencies. Evolution could be more rigorous testing or using tools to check responsiveness. Known knowns. Knowable ones are questions they can articulate that can be answered, like how do we add AI opponents? They can research and implement this. Implications are opportunities for enhancement. Evolution might involve integrating more advanced AI. Unknowable known unknowns. Questions they can't answer, like can the game be made to work in a VR environment? This might be unknowable due to current tech limits. Implications are recognizing the boundaries of the project. Evolution could be future advancements in VR tech. Unknown knowns. Knowable ones are implicit knowledge they can make explicit. For example, the game's performance on different browsers might be a hidden issue. They can test and document this. Implications are optimizing performance. Evolution could involve profiling and optimization techniques. Unknowable unknown knowns. Implicit knowledge that can't be made explicit. Maybe the user's intuition about the user experience. That's hard to quantify. Implications are subjective and hard to measure. Evolution might involve user feedback or A/B testing. Unknown unknowns. Knowable ones are things they haven't considered, like a cross-platform compatibility. They can research and implement solutions. Implications are expanding the game's reach. Evolution could be using frameworks for cross-platform development. And finally, unknowable unknown unknowns. Sheesh! Mr. Erics is in the building. Dominic says Windows key plus and minus for easy Windows plus zoom in and zoom out. Windows key escape exits. Thank you very much, Dom. That's actually going to be super useful in a minute. So unknowable unknown unknowns. Things beyond understanding, like the game's impact on cognitive skills. They're hard to measure. Implications are acknowledging limitations. Evolution might involve future studies or collaborations with researchers. So like I say, this is like the full knowledge framework. It's a three-dimensional knowledge framework, which takes into account the unknowable, which is something which a lot of systems don't. Because there's something as knowable or unknowable, that's a big thing. Basically, you'll see people saying recently in the news, you'll hear them saying, oh my god, this AI can admit when it's wrong. That's the first time ever. Yeah, we released the 3DKF 3D knowledge framework, which admits when it doesn't know, because it's an unknowable unknown. Yeah. Anyway, we released this months ago. But yeah, like I said, parallel development. There it is. Or they watch the show. Who knows? So here we go. Here's the full list. He's still thinking, by the way. This is all thoughts. All this is thoughts. He's getting like into the metaphysics of it now. Right? So, all right, time to structure this into an answer. So let's see. Knowable known knowns, game mechanics, HTML, the game, implementation, yeah, evolution as the game matures, these may expand, yeah, more AI opponents, things like that, yeah. Developer assumes the game is responsive, game believe it's optimal but haven't profiled it. Evolution, you could use Lighthouse or browser dev tools to make this knowledge implicit. So, see, the evolution here is about converting unknowns into knowns. That's what they're talking about, right? So, I'll read that again. Over time, testing and feedback, so this is human in loop planning, right? Could turn these unknowable knowns into knowable ones, yeah? This is literally telling you how to do a transformation, like with a pictogram. It's the same thing. This is like yarrow stalks. This is divining rods, whatever you want to call it. So over time, through human effort, we can convert unknowable knowns, so we know they're unknowable, into knowable. So anyway, tools like Lighthouse or browser dev tools can make implicit knowledge explicit. That's the mutation or the evolution. Known unknowns. How can we implement a two-player game with local multiplayer? What are the best ways to add AI opponents? Yeah, all of these things are known unknowns, but when they're implemented, they become known knowns. See, this is what this agent's actually doing. Yeah, he's evaluating it and identifying how you can solve, because that's a problem which you can get a solution, and now it's a feature. You see? Here's another one. Can this game be made to work in a VR environment with hand tracking controls? Is it possible to create a version of Pong that simulates quantum physics? This is the unknowable known unknowns. So we know that we don't know, and we know that we can't know it too. That's the distinction here, right? We don't just know that it's unknown, but we know that we can't ever know it. So we're not going to waste any time thinking about it. This is like a cognitive pruning session right here. So, can this game be made? Anyway, implications. These questions may be beyond the current technical or conceptual limit. Developers should acknowledge these boundaries and focus on feasible enhancements. Like, can this game make me billionaire? Probably, but that's not something that you're going to get a good answer on. Evolution. Future advancements in hardware, software, VR, AR might make these unknowable questions knowable. So again, it's aware of the fact that the progress of technology might change the answer. And then unknown knowns. Knowable unknown knowns. The game's performance on older browsers is implicitly known but untested. The developer has an intuitive sense of the user experience, but hasn't quantified it. So the ball speed feels too fast. It's not quantified. And anyway, this is, this is all human in loop that fixes all this stuff. Oh, look at this one. This one's great. Unknowable unknown knowns. So we know it's unknown and we'll never know what. Yeah? Anyway, developers' intuition about the game feel. Game feels too casual. It's hard to quantify or replicate. The emotional impact of the game on players, nostalgia or stress, is subjective and unmeasurable. Yeah? AI could one day analyze player behavior to infer emotional responses. See the evolution. It's already picking stuff out. This is why this is such an amazing planning agent. Let's read some comments real quick. Sorry for the delay. I got obsessed with the bloke walking away from a disaster with only scratches. Well, we should have seen the other guy. Watch out for placeholders. Valid. That was in the last thing. Dragon. Pretty sure the Zoom just showed me your OnlyFans bookmark. Don't worry, I don't have any of those. If I had an OnlyFans, I would review my steak live. You can come and check out my meat on OnlyFans. Steak reviews. But someone's already done that gag, right? Hard-working AI, indeed. But that's nothing. How about we do something else here? How about we use one of my Machiavellian collections? How about we use my Machiavellian brand hack to get an update on the plan? So obviously I'm going to take away that, and I'm going to just say we can use the Mac brand hack agent to... Oh my god, it's moving the... That's really weird. I'm not going to get used to that. That's so strange. Watch what happens. Whoa, it moved all the way down there. That's weird. I didn't know it did that. It keeps the cursor in the exact same spot. Anyway, we do plan the ongoing rebrand of my AI educational live show from the name 5below5.uk to the new name scuffedepoch.com. I have already completed the first 3-month plan and now want to explore what to do in the next 6 months to position my AI educational community better and maximize growth. Which is kind of funny because I'm not going to do any of that, but I want to show you how good it is. It's kind of funny. It's like sometimes I feel like I should be doing this to myself so that I can show you the results, but there's lots of factors, like I have to take myself out of it because it's not really about me. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not the agent. I'm not making it. Well, I guess I wrote the programming for it, but I don't know. What is it? Control plus Windows and minus? No, just Windows minus. There we go. That's not so bad actually. So I could just go. No. Whoa. That's crazy. I never even used the Zoom like that before. So anyway, just to remind you guys, we're not using the OpenRouter API because it's down. It's down. OpenRouter down. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh wait, it's back. It looks like they were just doing a temp maintenance. I'm going to call this one temp. No. Aura. Oh wow. It's another one of the bonus tracks off the album that's going to come out on Sunday. Sneak. Which one's this? Hang on. This one is Glitchgrave. Cool. Glitchgrave. I used to know a guy called Lichgrave who was pretty cool. I never realised that you put a G in front of his name and it's completely different. Huh. Anyway. Win plus, win minus. Thank you, Fernicar. Yeah, I think that's what I ended up doing was that one. But yeah, so anyway, like I said, this right here is the Machiavellian brand hacking agent. And it's available, all of my cool agents are available as modular system prompts. And like I said, you can just put any system prompt in as an MD file, put it in the same folder, and then it will appear in this list. For documents you want to include with the prompt, or lists of prompts you want to use as style cues, you can just put those MD files in the examples folder, like I've done HTML Pong right here. So as you can see, here's the installation for the file. You go into, in fact, wait. Here's the installation for the folder. You can see there's the exe after you install it. You go inside resources and then go inside assets. And then this is the random prompt. So the random prompts, when you click try random example, that's where they come from. If you go into examples, you can see there's my HTML Pong, and I've just renamed the file HTML file to .md so it gets picked up and I can use it in the because this is a way to attach things. I use it for all types of stuff though, not just that, but yeah, you just rename it to .md and there it is. As for the system prompts, right here we got all these different system prompts, and as I say, you just give it a name, .md, put it in here, and then it's available, right? So when we're back in the app, you've got, this is running on Olama right now, so you don't have to do, it's got open router support as well, but now it's got Olama, so I'm using Qwen3 8BQ8. And like I said, if I wanted to, I could add assets in here. I want to make this better though, because it's basic at the minute, you know, but it works well. So yeah, like I said, we're going to use my Machiavellian brand hack. I've done this, I've done that. So let's see. 5below5.uk, the third, plan the 6 months. Starting the new brand name, Scuffed Epoch. The name has a unique vibe, maybe a bit edgy or rebellious. I love the projection from the AI sometimes, it's great. Cool, there's a bit of a weird framing going on here with the zoom, but that's okay. So starting with the new brand name, blah, 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 blah. They might want to leverage that to stand out, but how does that align with the educational mission? Next 6 months, they've already done, maybe they've launched the site, updated branding, need to build on that. Let me think about key areas. So we're going to skip all of his thoughts, because there's a lot of stuff here, but this is the agent programming that's making him consider all that stuff. And then we'll get to the actual, there we go, here's the response. See that there? So I think it would be better to look at this as an MD, because it's all marked up nice. Right, a couple of things with this particular tool, right? There's two ways to play, right? You can either save the prompt with the green button, or you can go into settings and you can actually export the whole session because everything's being logged, right? So like, oh, I lost the prompt. Oh, I forgot to copy it, you know, or I didn't save it. Doesn't matter. The whole thing gets exported. So at the moment, all 4 tasks are sitting in this waiting. So if I export that, look, I get VO Angel 3 session. It still has the original app name. Do you know how many times I told him to scan through the code to get rid of the VO3 naming? That's brilliant. Anyway. So, see, it's easier to read when it's actually in Markdown. So I'll read it out. So let's have a look at this. What the heck? This is interesting. This is interesting. Look at what he wants me to do. Phase 1, community ownership and psychological anchoring. What? Transform the audience into brand custodians through deep emotional and practical engagement. Launch the Scuffed Chronicles series. Publish a 10-part narrative titled Scuffed Epoch: How AI Built the Future and Broke It. A blend of satire, hard-hitting analysis, and real-world AI failures. This is like the AI skateboard racking videos I was talking about. Nobody wants to know how good it is. They want to know how bad it's going to be. It's so good. Anyway, psychology. Use the brand's name as a metaphor for embracing imperfection. Scuffed, unpolished, but authentic. Stop seeing through my branding. Strategic info release. Drop one episode weekly, teasing the next via cryptic social media posts. The algorithm's first mistake? It forgot to ask the question. That's a good one. Create a Scuffed Guild membership program. Do you know what? People have actually been asking for this. Scuffed Labs. You know how, what do they call it? Skunk Works. Yeah, we should start Scuff Works. Scuffed Works. Love it. It's like the AI Skunk Labs. And you're like, what? Sounds good to me. Scuffed Archives for historical AI missteps. Interesting. That's a really cool angle, that is. Looking up AI mistakes and highlighting them so we can learn from them. Interesting. Psychology. Position the guild as a clan of rebels who hack the future, fostering loyalty through exclusivity. Market timing. Launch through Q3, post-summer lull to capitalize on educational momentum. Look at this. It's like laser sharp, like daggers to the heart. It's so crazy. Let's just bump us back here for a second. Okay, you can still read that. What's this next one? Leverage strategic ambiguity. Leave the Scuffed Guild pricing open-ended. Membership starts at $10 a month, but it's not a subscription. Test audience willingness to pay while maintaining flexibility to pivot pricing. Everybody should be using this agent. We're going to keep reading because I think it's important. You guys need to see this. It basically makes all government planning look inept and woefully like they're not using this. They need to use this. Anyway. Phase 2, competitive disruption and market positioning. Now, I will just going to point out, I've got my own plan, which I made with this agent. It's different, but I'm happy to show you. And remember, the input for this, the input for this prompt, okay, was we can use the Mac brand hack, which we have selected, to plan the ongoing rebrand of my AI educational live show here, Scuffed Epoch. I've already done the first 3 month plan. Now I want to explore the next 6 months to position my educational community better and maximize growth, right? Pretty generic, but I think we all understand what we're doing. So we've gotten down to phase 2, all right? So this is on the run up to Christmas we're looking at, okay? Competitive disruption and market positioning. Goal. Position Scuffed Epoch as the anti-establishment alternative to mainstream AI education, leveraging its edgy identity to dominate niche markets. So funny. Introduce the Scuffed Stack. Tactic. Launch a curated AI learning path. Scuffed Stack. How to build AI that works without a PhD. Differentiation. Focus on practical low-code tools and real-world applications. AI for small businesses and ethical hacking. So that's what this is. This is a brand hacking tool, which will work for anybody. Can I get it to stop moving from... It's way too sensitive. There we go. I'm learning. Competitive countermeasures. Avoid direct competition with giants like Coursera by targeting underserved niches. DIY AI, AI for social good. Launch the Scuffed Index. Create a public leaderboard tracking AI projects, failures and innovations. The Scuffed Index, where AI meets the real world. Psychology. Position the brand as a hub for accountability, celebrating both success and misstep. Influence amplification. Partner with micro-influencers in the space, like me, to curate the index, building credibility through third-party validation. So other people like us Strategic silence and teasing. Pause all public content for 2 weeks, then release a scuffed update. We're not here to teach AI, we're here to unteach it. Purpose: build anticipation for a major product launch, a low-code AI tool, while testing audience patience. Phase 3. Profit. Question mark. Phase 3, monetization and scalability. This would be next January, February. Convert community engagement into sustainable revenue while maintaining brand integrity. Launch Scuffed Labs, a SaaS product. We're doing software as a service in 2026. Are you serious? New low-code tool, Scuffed Lab. Build your first AI model in 10 minutes with no PhD. Monetization. Offer a freemium model with tiered prices. You see how he's going a bit nuts now. What if AI could fail gracefully? Create a Scuffed fund. Create a Scuffed guild. And then I'm not going to keep going because I think you get the point. The point is, no matter what it is, you can fix it. I did some political simulation where I put in a current political issue, where somebody is having a bad time, like a politician or whatever's having a bad time. Put their situation in, and I used the Machiavellian political campaign tool. And it gave really good advice to turn it around. Of course, that's not what they did. But if they had done that, it probably would have been different. So, it's crazy, really. But that's enough of Aura. Like I said, I wanted to front load the show with Aura. And so that gives us a little bit of time to look at something else, which I want to be slowly introducing to everybody. Let's see if we can get rid of the magnifier. Get rid of that. Right. I'm going to see if... because I've been having problems getting my communications up here. So that didn't work. We've got something for you, he says. Nothing. I'm not seeing any nightmare. So what I wanted to show is I wanted to show something off, which I've been messing around with for a while. So let's see if we can actually get it to run, because at the moment I haven't even run it yet, and I don't want to make it look bad, just from me being an idiot. Basic setup. I think that's already run. I've done the installation, so I think I just need to open domain exe. Looks like it. Okay, it's already open, and it's got a bunch of my stuff in it already, which is cool. So, okay, everyone. I wanted to see if I could get Dom on to come and talk and give us some pointers, but he is a busy man, so I wouldn't expect him to. And to be honest, I can't even see my email. I'm having some problems with the net tonight. First it was the open router, now I can't get Gmail open. And no Discord on there either. So anyway, like I said, this is not actually completely out, guys. This is not actually, as far as I know, very new, very cool. Lots of cool stuff on here, really cool stuff on here. And I want to take my time explaining what this is. So I thought what we'd do is we'd just do a quick introduction. So this is Promptus. Promptus is a sort of all-in-one generative imaging tool, but it does more than that, and it's not really just an imaging tool. We have prompt enhancement, we have the ability... oh, you're on Discord, DM on Discord. Let me have a look and see if I can... here we go. See, we've got the man, because we do like to look at things, and today this is the thing. Here he is. Right, so shall we try giving him a call? We'll try it. Where is it? We'll try a call. Oh no, wait. He probably doesn't have a microphone. Right, hang on. Yo! Please hit me with message here. Can call, forgot, maybe no mind. I don't know where he is or anything. I could be like ringing him in his phone in his pocket. So anyway, like I said, this is a lovely platform. I've used it a little bit here and there, on and off, while it's been in development. Made a bunch of cool stuff. And like I said, I just want to show you the lightest of introductions. Now, I don't know, because like I said, I haven't used it for a while. Now, I think it's going to use my own machine to a certain degree, but you can actually have it use their cloud. And like I said, I don't want to say too much. It has a comfy UI built in, all right? So that means my workflows will work on here. Why is Discord buried itself? Come back. Okay, so I can see him on the Discord now. Oh, okay. It's calling me on the wrong computer. I love Discord. Discord's great. Hello? Can you hear me? That's weird. No audio? It looks like Discord's not detecting any audio. Don't tell me. Yeah, it's obviously, it's the standard. There we go. Hello, hello, hello.
Can you hear me okay?
I can, but can the audience hear you? I think that... Turn you up a bit. Hello?
Hello?
Do you know what? I turned you up 50% and it did nothing. I got all the way, full volume. Hello?
Full volume.
Apparently it's full volume, but you still sound like the same volume as the audio.
I wonder if I can turn mine up.
First time caller. Long time. It says you can hear him on audio. You can hear him low volume. Can hear him low volume. Right, yeah, so it is just quiet. Maybe put the mic closer to your mouth.
Yeah, give me a second, see if I can turn up the gain.
Yeah, true. Gain is an issue. Full Dive says we can hear. Yeah, I'm just worried that loud music's going to come on and, you know. But yeah, we're going to take a little bit of a look at Promptus, guys. We have the man behind the project here, Mr. Dom himself.
Well, I'm going to keep messing around trying to get gain up.
Okay, well, I can hear you. I can hear you. I think people are saying they can hear you. Am I like massively louder than everybody? I might need to just listen to it myself. Hold up. Yeah, let's just have a little... I'm just going to do a little preview. So there's going to be an audio echo, guys, but we're doing it live, so there's nothing we can do about that. Hang on. Am I like massively louder than everybody?
Okay, I've managed to turn my volume microphone all the way up.
Okay, I'm just checking it now. Did I miss it? Professional. Okay, that actually does sound a little bit better. That does sound a little bit better. Now you've turned that up. I've just got to make sure not to start shouting at the microphone. I think we'll be okay. All right, welcome everybody. Don't forget, we're talking to the Dom, who is here to tell us about Promptus. I've got it installed. It was a very easy, painless installation. I just downloaded it, ran it. There it is. It's on the machine. It's better now, says Full Dive. Good stuff. So is there anything you'd like me to take a look at? Because we just want to introduce it. We just want to give them a quick sort of rundown on what's Promptus, etc.
Let's do a quick walkthrough.
Yep.
And for all your fans, Promptus preview is available for free for them to download and use, and we would appreciate any feedback. So starting off from where you're at the moment,
I get the feeling like you're getting quieter. Guys, can you just confirm that you guys can hear him? I get the feeling like he's sort of getting quieter. Is it just me? Let me know in the chat, guys. Need to know. Because like I said, if the volume's bad, the clips will suck. Promptus Maximus, indeed. Promptus Maximus, indeed. I just want to get a confirmation. Could you say a couple of things again, mate?
So we're going to be looking through...
Yeah, that's like way quieter than... Yeah, look, Dragon says, are you talking to someone? I can't hear anything. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, mate, but since you put the gain up, it's like it's automatically turned the gain back down again. I can't even barely hear you at all myself. Hold up.
What about
No,
now?
that's strangely peaking and still quiet. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, he's getting quiet. Yeah, it's almost like there's like some kind of automatic volume thing going on. Let me just... It might be Discord, mate, because Discord has this automatic mic thing where it like changes the input volume depending on the ambient noise. Mic sensitivity, it's got automatic mic sensitivity. So if that's activated and you turn the gain up, it will immediately go back to what it was.
Alright, perfect. I'm going to drop the call,
yeah,
and then I'm going to change my mic sensitivity and call you back.
Okay.
I can actually see my gain.
In Discord, it's in settings under voice and video. There's a checkbox you can uncheck there as well.
Alright, leave it with me. Back with 2 minutes.
Alright, no worries. Like I said, I want to try and get the audio right. We've never had a call in. It's funny, he's the first guy to come in and sit on the show. Would that be the first call in as well? I don't think we've ever had one. Well, he'll be back in a minute, no doubt. He is a soft speaking person, yes, so that's why we need to increase the volume, because otherwise, if you can't hear him, because I watched the stream yesterday and he was sitting just a little bit far from the mic. Now I understand why Joe Rogan is like, can you just put the mic a little bit closer? Just put the mic, just put the mic a little bit closer. Do you know what I mean? I get it now. I get it. Like, if we do more stuff like this, I'll have to actually get, like, I don't know, a proper, you know, well, I have got one, but because you have to get a mixer, you know what I mean? You have to put both mics into the mixer, and then you have to, it's not the same setup, you know? Yeah. I bet audio guys are like cursing right now because they're like, that's not true. There's this one thing. It's like, oh yeah, I probably don't know about it. You know, I'm not actually an audio engineer. I've just engineered audio. It's two different things. How are we looking? He's still messing around with his mic. See, he's on a laptop, poor guy. Yeah, you have to get two huge mics. Well, actually, it would only be the one because I'm not actually... because I'm not real. Remember? I can just generate my bit. So then it's just one mic. Ah, wait a minute. We'll just generate the guests. Then you don't need a mic. Then you don't need any mics. Here we go. Hello.
Hello.
Damn, why is it so quiet? It's driving me mad because the thing is, I know the music is really quiet, right? So if you sound quieter than the music, they ain't gonna hear you. They ain't gonna hear you. Not in a million years.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
a...
just gonna keep messing around with Windows settings. So...
Well, it's not Windows, it's Discord, because you're talking to me on Discord. If you go into the user settings, there's a cog down by the left corner. You should see a little cog there. If you go into the audio, voice and video, you can turn off the input sensitivity automaticness. Because I think that's what's cutting you off.
For some reason, they're not selectable on mine. I can see them, so I might have to...
Oh, are you on a mobile?
No, I'm using the web version of Discord. Right?
You're on a web version? Oh, okay, yeah, I don't know what the web version does. Well, tell you what, I got a better idea, yeah? I got a better idea. Low-tech solutions, right? Win prizes. We're going to cut the audio. And then I'm going to put the mic further away. There. Like that. And then I'm going to listen to it. and we're just going to figure it out like that, because inverse square law is more powerful right now.
Well, tell you what, I got a better idea, yeah?
Could you say something?
I got a better idea. Low-tech solutions, right? Win prizes. We're going to cut...
I'm not talking, that's the... Could you say something?
And then I'm...
Dom? Ah, crap, he's gone. What's happened? He's muted his headphones. Yeah, he's back. Has something gone wrong? I turned the music off and his microphone broke. You can't make it up. I should have said you'd come to... I should have made you come back to the studio. What a nightmare. I can't hear a word. If you're talking right now, it's not working, mate. I might just get you to type, because you can't be heard at that volume, and now even I can't hear you anymore. Yeah, there's just nothing coming from your side now. All right. Like I say, everything that's new goes well first time, but we don't care. That's what we're here for. You know, when things go off the rails, it's part of the show. So, yeah. Oh.
What about now?
Yes, now I can hear you, though.
Okay.
Right, hang on. Let me hear what that sounds like.
So there's a bit of a nuance with Discord, where you actually need to drop back into the call.
All right. Like I say, I just need to get to the sample so I can hear what it sounds like. But we don't care. That's what we're here for. You know, when things go off the rails, it's part of the show. So,
can you hear me okay now?
Yeah. No, I'm waiting for it to catch up.
Yes, now I can hear you, though.
What?
Hang on, let me hear what that sounds like.
There's a bit of a nuance with Discord, where you actually need to drop back into the call.
Oh my god, that's so crappy. What the hell? Do you know what? I'd be better putting my phone up to the bloody microphone. This technology drives me insane. Like, what's so difficult? We're literally on a call. I can hear you. They can't hear you. I'm watching the show. They can't hear you. Hang on. Let me just muck around with things quick here. I think I know what it is. I know what it is. Go on, say something now. I know you're the loudest guy in the universe. Go on, say something now.
Say something now to the loudest guy in the universe.
I'm raging. Here we go. Stop raging. It's unprofessional.
But you can hear me okay, right?
Yeah, I've just got to wait for the lag to catch up. It's like watching the Three Frickin' Stooges tonight.
Hang on, let me just muck around with things.
Yeah. Get on with it.
I think I know what it is. I know what it is.
I know what it is.
Go on, say something now.
Whoa! Okay, now you're...
Say something now to the loudest guy in the universe.
Holy shit, you are the loudest guy in the universe. That worked. It worked. It's the desktop gain. It's the desktop gain for the music. We had to turn it down, didn't we? And you're coming through on the same channel. So that's why. All right, so I think we can actually hear you now. If anything, you might be a bit louder than me.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can. All right, I'm going to pause this and we're going to get on with it because we've been looking at this stuff. Right. Where shall we start?
So if you can hear me okay, I would start on the playground.
Playground. Okay, let
So
me
that's
know
the
if
top.
there's any audio issues, guys. We've done our best, but the segment starts here. And don't worry, it's
The
only
top.
a short segment. We'll do longer ones in future. But we want to introduce you to this because it's cool. All right, carry on, Don.
So the top left button on the menu
Yep.
is the playground. And the playground is really the workspace where you can try out different models and different capabilities.
Okay.
Underneath the prompt input bar, you'll see the advanced settings.
Underneath that, yeah, advanced settings here. Yeah, I can see them. Yeah.
Yep.
So
So
we're
if you drop
currently
that
on
down-
AI Horde Flux One Chanel FP8.
And if you scroll through that list, you will see lots and lots of models.
Lots of them. Yeah. You got
lots
have you
of
got
them.
one you want me to try? You got one in
Well,
you got one in mind?
They should all be fine. Flux is a popular model. We've also integrated with OpenAI, so if you want to run it on DALL-E, you can select that model. And then we have custom.
I'm going to go with SDXL Turbo and see what happens. Is it going to download it to my computer?
Well, it depends in the way in which you do it.
Yeah.
So, as an as an example,
Mm-hmm.
you've got really three sections. You've got native promptus models. So these are models that you can just download yourself into the application and run them entirely offline.
Okay.
You have online models, such as the ones provided through AI Horde, which was the default model that you went to in the beginning. Plus, you've got Open and Google and all the other providers.
Right.
Then you have what we call cozy flows, and cozy flows are by far what we think is the most innovative feature of this
Cozy.
platform,
Yeah. There's a couple here.
which enable users to build comfy UI workflows and set them in stone, if you like, and be able to execute them through the playground. So you can build a comfy UI workflow, customize it just how you like, and then run it from the playground without having to drop into the comfy canvas. Not only can you do that, but you can distribute the computation. So if you don't have any local compute, you can run it from basically another Promptus user's compute if they decide to make that available. Or you can run it from the Promptus cloud.
Why is there a number in my prompt field? Do you know?
And that's probably to do with the prompt tunnels that we spoke about briefly yesterday.
Right.
So that's the ability to actually write the entire comfy workflow into a cozy and then commit it to the blockchain.
Right.
So if you wanted to share a workflow, you could do that through sending somebody a Satoshi
I
address.
suppose you could prove you came up with the workflow technique first as well if it was on a blockchain. Is that something that makes sense? Or
That's
is
the
it
whole-
the workflow is on
Yeah.
there as well, not just the image?
100%. And that's how you can really recreate the verbatim copy of the
Can I
output,
try making
because
something here? I'm going to cancel the tag. Can I generate, but then not generate without? I don't know. I hit generate. Hang on. See, I just hitting buttons. What did I do? I hit a button to generate, and it asked me something, and then it's gone. Oh.
it's
See,
to
I can see the
categorize.
prompts here. See, I've got a funny feeling that mine needs to be like, I need to do something after I've installed it. I remember we had to do something after installation. I think it was
Yeah,
the manager.
That's right. So the distributed computation capability is through the Promptus manager.
Right.
So if you were to drop back into your profile button,
Oh, hang on. What's the profile? Oh, yeah, profile. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, it's me, but it's not me. That's the same me, but a different me. And then we have that. But I think that's what you would...
so no, go further up the menu bar. They should have a profile login button.
No. I'm already logged in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already
So
logged in.
you've got, looking on your buttons, you have one called profile, yeah? And then
Yeah.
you have the P manager.
Yes.
So if you click the Promptus manager button,
Yeah.
then after a second or two, you'll have another icon appear, which is the compute module of the application.
The compute module.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
So this is where you can get to use your local GPU.
yeah. Just before you start talking about that, where am I supposed to see that?
Just where you are. So if you were to look on the Comfy UI tab, can you click that?
Yeah.
The Comfy UI server?
Offline. I haven't installed anything yet.
Ah,
Yeah, it's
we may
brand
need
new
to
install. Brand new install. It's got like my profile on there because you've saved that on your side, but this is a brand new install. I mean, maybe there's some like cache from one of the old versions, you know, but ultimately nothing's been installed. Unless it's been installed and I don't know about it, of course. Because I don't know what is automatic now.
On the Promptus manager, are any of those buttons capable of being
No,
clicked?
not yet. Not yet. They're all nothing's been done yet. So
And if you click on the red bar at the bottom to stop,
yeah, you can do that. Yeah.
Does anything happen?
Click on stop. Yeah, done.
then we probably need to install the Promptus Manager, or even perhaps uninstall the previous version of Promptus that
There isn't
we may
one.
have tested.
There's no previous
No?
version of Promptus. There's just this one. Look, see,
There we go.
1.0.109. That's the version that just came out.
Now they've illuminated.
That's because I stopped it. Oh, well, okay, yeah. What's
So
your
now click on Comfy Flow Server. Comfy UI Server.
Comfy UI server? Okay.
Yeah.
Because, like I
Now,
said, this
if
has
you-
got so many options, guys, and it's still in progress. So you'll have super easy setup guides, no doubt, on their documentation. So do not worry.
Yeah, and there'll be just big, easy buttons to click on the full release.
Yeah.
So go to the three dots up in the top left, and then drop down to your Comfy
Well,
UI
it says-
server.
Yeah, so click on this one. I think it needs to be installed first, buddy. I've got a distinct memory from the last time that I used it that it needs to actually be, because it says running Comfy, but we haven't actually set up Comfy yet. Yeah, see.
Well, that's what we're gonna check.
I clicked set
That's
up.
what we're gonna-
Yeah. So okay. So essentially, there is an order in which you do things, and that would be set out in the help docs. And I think we're not really doing it in a good order for the show. So I don't want to mislead people, but let's just break it down. You can install Comfy with this. It's much easier to keep maintained, and it's easy to repair if things go wrong. These are the things which attract me to the system. Also, you have distributed compute, which basically means, if you've heard of the stable horde, it's a similar type of system. So that means you're able to do jobs on a marketplace of compute, which enables you to be able to do things that your computer can't do. And it's a native Comfy interface. Once this is all installed and everything, you have Comfy UI inside this, and you can easily interface between your online collection and your Comfy UI. Do you want to talk about the features outside of Comfy real quick? Because they're actually really interesting. I know people will want to know about that.
Yeah. So if we switch back to the Promptus app while that's installing in the background,
Yes.
then if we're going to go back up to Playground,
Yep, back up to Playground.
now if you hover over one of the images,
Let's say this one here. Oh, hover over it. Sorry, hover over it.
yeah,
And
you should
can
have
see all these buttons.
all those icons there,
So we've
all
got
provide
let me just
different
read them out for
capabilities.
everybody because they're a bit small. So it's add to collection, examine image, edit image, copy image, save image, use image, send to mom for AI iteration, more on that in a bit, share image, tag image, hold up, describe image, and delete image. Okay, so those are all your options, and when you click on it, it puts the prompt in the top prompt for you immediately. And we can get rid of the advanced for now. It's cluttering up the thing. But yeah, so carry on.
Okay, so let's say we're going to select an image and we're going to click on the icon with the four squares to add it to my collections.
Okay, I'm going to click on, I've added it to my collection.
And then if we go over to my collections,
Go to my collection.
on the button on the left,
Probably have a bunch of things I've collected. Yep, this is all my collections.
okay, so from here, you've now got new options available with the icons,
So if I click
where you
on
can
it,
actually
I've now
you can
got
actually send it to your own web space.
make the image public. Is that one we're talking about? Yeah. In
Yeah.
fact, I already have done this. So this image is already public. This image is already public. So I've marked a bunch of the good ones as public. Some
So
of them
for
are actually gold as well. I'm not sure why. Some of them have a gold trim.
that's just indicating what compute network it was produced upon.
Okay.
So if you now go back to your profile and then click on Visit Web Gallery,
Profile. Web gallery, public gallery, yep, and check me out. I've got my mini site. I love it, dude, I love it. I've got my mini site and I've got my favorite pictures that I want everybody to see, and they came straight out the gallery, generated on the platform, and just thrown up, like I say. And you've got
everybody has their own.
I haven't got many
They're on a
favourites.
mini website.
I haven't got many favourites, it seems. Or you only get 3 at the moment. I don't know. Look at that though. It's just changed colour on me. Oh, it's changing colour from blue to maroon. Very cool. Very cool.
Okay.
Yep. And obviously, I'm sorry my website doesn't look cool, but I haven't done enough work to it. I'm assuming that the more you add to it, the more images will appear there and things like that.
Indeed. If you just bring up another browser, you could look at mine as an example.
Oh, really? Where's that?
So just work.promptus.ai.
I don't think we can actually put an address into this one.
No, just bring up a regular web browser because they're available on the web.
Sure. Yay, doxing. API keys. Okay, so what was the name of it? What's the address you want?
Work.promptus.ai.
Okay, work.promptus.ai. Dom's Promptus Gallery. There we go. So it looks something like that when you actually have been generating cool images on your profile and actually bothered to add them to your thing. So it gives you
Now this is
the classic gallery and the advanced gallery. Wait for it. Ta-da. This one looks much better. Advanced
now
gallery.
these are WordPress enabled sites, so every user is able to customize their web space however they like through WordPress.
WordPress enabled.
Okay, so you generate and then you can make it public and you can modify it to your own website. If you want, you can drop in your own domain name on there, or you can exist just on a Promptus subdomain, and it also comes with email. So it could be drift@work.promptus.ai or whatever subdomain that you
want, yeah.
set up as your alias.
Interesting. Yeah, so it's a functional mini site for just your artwork that you've made on the platform. I'm assuming you can actually you can upload your best images as well.
Yeah, that's what the My Collection stuff does. So you can
not just
add and remove.
that, so if you've got really good images that you've actually generated externally, you can still bring them into your profile if that's what you want to do.
And there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can do that through the Promptus application itself, through the upload button in the prompt bar, or you can do it through the WordPress interface and just bring whatever content in from wherever you want.
Okay. Did you want to talk about Mom?
Yes. So, guys, all of this is pre-release.
Yeah.
So, in a couple of weeks from now, some of the advanced features are going to be hidden away, and it's going to be easier to click buttons that launch all the environments. So if we go down to Mom.
So yeah, just to point that out again, subject to change. Everything you see may or may not look the same, but the intention is not changing behind the team involved. So if I click on MOMM, check it out. I need to put my API key in. Hang on, let me put my API key in. I can go and get one from Google API.
So this will be in your settings tab. You'll have an option for OpenAI and for Google.
Yeah, but I can go and get a Gemini key immediately.
Yeah, and that keeps it private to you.
What do you mean it keeps it private to me?
So when the application launches, we'll have general keys for everybody to use, and they'll be charged on the generations on those general keys. Right. However, for users that don't want to pay necessarily, or they want privacy, as in they want to send whatever they desire directly to Google or OpenAI or any of the other third-party vendors, they can bring their own key. So what you're seeing there is the ability to bring your own key in, rather than just use our keys.
Hang on, let me just... Windows, do you know what? Windows just took over and made it that big. Look, what is it doing? It's demented. I swear, whoever designed the current Windows UI needs to be shot. Anyway, strong words, but It's just completely unusable. What's going on here? Look, it's not you. It's Windows. I move the menu around, and it'll like do all of this weird stuff up here. Look, it's like nobody asked for this. Have you ever used this thing at the top here? Never used it. Just annoying. It just always gets in the way. Anyway, key saved. No doxing. That's what I like. It's secret. All right, so let's go over to Mom. We got Mom open. Tell me all about Mom.
So you want to know about Mom?
Reminds
Mom
me of
is
Mother
the
from Alien.
You know, there's so many things about Mother, even in Futurama, right? Mom.
Yeah. True. I just forgotten about the Futurama reference.
Okay, so Mom is the mixture of model modalities. So it's the ability to jump seamlessly in context back and forth between, well, basically any model you want, from Hydream to Flux Context to Google 2.5 to OpenAI 4, and we'll just have a little look at that now. So if you were to prompt something in here, so Drift, type in what you like, or upload an existing image. It's up to you.
I'll say, show me a picture of a magnificent structure whose shape resembles a pyramid made entirely out of patterned silk. Nice and easy.
Well, let's see what happens.
And we'll see what it does. Oh,
now
sorry. I expected an unexpected response format. Try again. I'm asking it silly questions it doesn't understand. Or I haven't installed properly. My comfy server's working now, though. Look at that. We got a green dot down there. That's pretty cool. We'll have to show that very briefly. I won't go on about it. But you got any tips for this one? Have I broken it already? Did I break it? I might have broken it. It's what we do here, so it's what we do.
No, we can try and enter a simple prompt. Maybe just create.
Oh my! Yeah, I did break. No, wait.
We'll see.
What? Running comfy. Okay. What's going on? How about I stop that? Do you know what? I think it. I don't know. I feel like I might be. Yeah, we broke it. It happens. I love testing things, new things. What's going on? What's going on here? Somebody is typing lots of things. Who's typing lots of things? Somebody's typing lots of things. You need to stop typing things, my guy. Bruh. It's like, you know, I do a show for a few hours. Everyone wants to get hold of me in that exact amount of time. Okay. We're near the end of the show, so I just want to see if there's anything else you want to get in sideways. Next time, we'll have this actually properly installed so we can show it off. The crashes are because I just installed it and I didn't test anything before coming on. So I know there's like an order to install the back end and it's just not. So I want to give you a fair shake. So I think I crashed it by asking it for something crazy. I said I want a pyramid made entirely out of patterned silk, and it's locked up on me. But like I said, this is a pre-release version, guys. I just wanted to give you a sort of like a preview, a little bit of a taste of what's coming, because I think it's a really interesting platform. It does actually work quite reliably when you're not trying to do a live demo.
Do you want to just end the task and reopen it?
We'll try it. Yeah, we'll try it. It might be because I already had Comfy open and maybe it was reserving some memory. Do you know what I mean? Two Comfies open at once, it's usually not a good idea. So like I said, it's probably my fault. And
it uses a different application port for the second installation of Comfy though, so.
Well, I wouldn't know about that. Let's see.
'Let's see. Let's 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 see. Let
So what did you want to do, Mom?
Yeah, let's just jump straight into Mom.
We'll go. Should we do a new chat? Because
Yeah.
yeah, let's do a new chat. We'll try it something like that. You know. Show me the Eiffel Tower. Surely. Can it do that? I don't know what it can do. No. Unexpected response format. I'm doing something wrong here.
So it may not be you. I've just got a notification that globally Cloudflare is down.
Oh, really? See, do you know what? This happened earlier. We were doing stuff and OpenRouter was down. You couldn't do... So at the beginning of the live stream, we were doing everything with the Olama. It's so lucky I built the tool to work with local models as well. Otherwise, we would have been boned. Isn't that funny?
Yeah, part of the DNS with Mom is running through Cloudflare.
Do you know what this reminds me, actually? That buddy I mentioned, the network guru, he's good. He actually said they've been mitigating major silly attacks the last couple of days. So there's a bit of a cyber war going on at the moment. So I'm like...
OpenAI was down yesterday.
Say what was?
OpenAI was down yesterday.
OpenAI, yeah. It's definitely, this is, you know what I mean? This is cyber war. I don't like to say it because it's like it makes it sound all dramatic. Cyber war never ended. There's attacks going on internationally. Or like when I worked in networking, it was like out of control, and that was 15 years ago. So I can only imagine. And like I said, when my buddy tells me like they had me up until 3 o'clock in the morning mitigating this attack, he's like, "Did you notice the internet dipped out?" I was like, "Yeah, I did actually." He goes, "Yeah." So
open up the Prompters Manager again. Relaunch Comfy UI server.
Relaunch the Comfy server.
I'm just curious to see whether you get a white screen again.
Hang on a minute.
So you have to start it in P Manager first. Make sure that it's available locally.
I've got the P Manager here, I think. So here's P Manager.
Then,
look, run Comfy UI server. What was the C Worker server? I've forgotten what that one was now.
So once Comfy UI server's up and running, then there's a module that launches called Cozy Flow server, which allows you to run Cozy Flows locally. And then the C Worker is the Cozy Flow worker, which means you can now share your computes for anybody else wanting to run Cozy Flows on your machine.
So say I write a face swap Cozy Flow, and I make it available, and I make my server available, then actually people on Promptus are using my GPU to do my workflow.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
So it goes both directions. So if you created a unique Cozy Flow that was only unique to you, you could control the use of that, and it only runs on your machine. You can share that to allow others to run it on your machine.
Right.
Or you can distribute it to allow others to run it on their machines.
Right.
And that Cozy Flow itself belongs to you.
Right.
So it's a way for you to share your Comfy UI workflows.
Yep.
And either control that it only runs on your infrastructure, or it can run on other people's infrastructure, or indeed others can run it just on your infrastructure. And the idea there is a monetization. So people can create on Comfy and then earn by letting others compute on their devices.
So you can actually earn money from doing this, essentially. You can rent out your GPUs. That's what people want to hear. So I just want to know, is that what they're hearing, or is there something to it? Is there more to it?
That's exactly it. And it makes life so much easier against things like RunPod, where you don't have to necessarily set up this whole Comfy environment.
Yeah, I mean, look, I get paid for people using my RunPod templates, so I don't even pay for RunPod. But I will be real. It's inaccessible. You know what I mean? A lot of people are intimidated by it, even if it's easy. If it's been set up easy, it's like, oh, I don't know. You know, I just, Always up for showcasing more ways of getting into Comfy UI. This is nice because it uses the local GPU, but if you don't have one, my understanding is that you can also utilize other people's GPU, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then there's also persistent computation available in the cloud. So if you want...
Start the C worker, start the Cozy Flow. See, what
Now,
I
that's
reckon I'm
optional.
going to have to do is when you guys launch, we're going to do a big tutorial showing everybody how to use it. That's going to be the best thing. That's got to be the move.
Yeah. Now on prompters, go back to your Comfy UI button.
How do I do that? Because right now I'm actually in the P Manager and it says everything's running.
So just switch back to the prompters application.
Yeah.
And then you should have a Comfy UI button in the menu.
Refresh the page. Hey, yes. Okay, so it's not happy about my DJZ nodes that don't exist. And a couple of other things. But guess what? It's Comfy UI, everybody. This is what we know and love. That's what we're used to around here. Okay.
But we know how to fix this, right? Because you are the expert.
Oh, did I? How did I fix it last time? I forgot.
Did you not just jump into your Comfy Manager and install the missing custom nodes?
Yeah, of course. Comfy Manager, install missing. It's not just my nodes, it's all of them. Oh, we've got a conflict. Combine audio conflicts with Comfy UI RVC. Interesting. I didn't even know that they have one. I might have to see what theirs is like. It might be better than mine. Probably is if it works. Okay, so DJZ nodes. Yeah, cool. Cosinkadink, RG3, Jjuff, and custom scripts. All right. Wait, what? There we go. Install. Off it goes. IDs, dude. My Comfy UI ID is 665. That was close, wasn't it? A close call.
Yeah, too close.
Too close. One off. I wonder who ended up getting the cursed ID.
I think tomorrow's Friday the 13th as well.
What, again? It is!
I think
it is! It's Friday the 13th tomorrow. We're going to have to set up some kind of Rube Goldberg impossibility engine for fun, because it's the 13th. We'll get spooky. We'll try to summon some latent beasts.
Talking about spooky, while those are downloading, if you bring up another web browser...
Yes.
And then type in halloween.promptus.ai.
Hang on, we're having issues. Hang on. It's just I'm being led back to exactly where I was. Halloween promptus. Halloween.promptus.
Yes.
.ai. Oh, nice. That's cool.
So what this gives...
Mostly wholesome, is what I'd say.
What this gives the users the ability to do is to actually launch their own generative AI microsite from their public galleries.
Exactly.
So somebody's created a specific art style based around Halloween that others in the world can now generate upon, and the creator of this Halloween microsite gets reimbursed. People who use their microsite.
Like I said, I know there's not many people watching right now, but a fair amount of people are going to watch this later. A fair amount of people are going to watch the clips. And we're going to be going on about it. I'm going to be beating this drum a little bit because I do like how this makes it accessible, you know? This makes it accessible. And like I said, if you've trained a LoRa or you've built a workflow, you can make these mini sites on their platform and get reimbursement. Now, when you say that, because I know everyone's first question is going to be, what does that reimbursement actually look like? Is it a crypto, or is it some other consideration like credits, which you can use to do other things on the platform? That tends to be what people do.
Yep, it's a credit-based system, but you can actually change your credits for cash.
So you can actually redeem. See, this is the big thing. That we've had stuff like Buzz on Civet. We've seen other platforms say that they'll give you a percentage of the credits. But the big difference is you cannot cash that out. So if you were lucky enough to earn $100 on some workflow or some model that people are using, you can actually cash this out off the platform.
Yep. You can redeem your credits for coupons or for cash.
Coupons or cash. Like I said, this is the sort of thing which I think a lot of people want to hear because they're just trying to get started and they don't have an income stream yet from their AI work. And so I think this is a really nice way. It's like a one-stop. You get on the platform and you can go ahead and create these very professional-looking websites which will easily do the generation however you've set it up, because we didn't show you that part yet. But this thing here where it says your prompt here and generate, it's actually up to you whether there are height, width, not height and width, but the options which you see here are tailored by the guy that runs this page, which is another user of Promptus. Isn't that correct?
Yep. Yep, that's perfectly correct.
Yeah, so with no coding ability, just the artistic inspiration, you could come onto this platform, set up an account, and then people can start generating with your art. You don't need to get a contract with Google. You don't need to pay heavy API fees. In fact, you could end up making some money from it.
So as an example of this, some of the characters that you've created, Drift,
yeah,
they could have their own generative AI websites.
Yeah. I would hope that Sharona will have her own page. Yeah. Because any character from any story that I've made, Alora, it would be nice if you could have a fan art page with it. So it's an official fan art page where people can go and generate their own fan art, but it's official because it's coming from the model that actually was used to make the character in the first place. That to me is like getting the guy that drew Batman to draw your Batman. And I think what it leads to is comics. It does. It leads to comics. It's only it's only a clever LLM process away from take this artwork and tell this story. We're not imagining it from nothing. And by the way, I'm just talking right now. This isn't a feature we're about to show you next. We're just talking.
It does actually exist.
It does.
So from here,
okay.
So we call this the genetic building blocks.
Oh yeah, the building
and from
blocks.
Here,
yeah, okay. Let's just come out of this one for. What's this? Would you like to refresh the page? Right, we're back. Comfy's back. So do you want me to go to the gallery for this one?
Or if you want to quickly just check Comfy out, make sure we're up and running there.
No. They know what Comfy is, and we're going to be looking at this a lot. So you guys can expect Promptus Comfy stuff coming soon right here. Okay? Because like I said, this is the thing everyone's been waiting for. A lot of people have been waiting for this. They want to make their own site, and they just want to set it all up. And then make your images. So like, oh, you want to generate with my character? Here it is, and then you can earn. So, but yeah, carry on. I just wanted to show you. You say that the story thing is in, is it?
Yeah. So what you can do is from any output, that is your basic genetic building block. So if you like, you're a digital evolutionist, and those building blocks are the initial seed prompts. The seed prompt then creates an image, and what the evolutionary path does is it takes your prompt, it takes an image description of the image that was created, which is always different to the prompt.
Yeah.
It takes any category or title that you've labeled, and from that, it builds a base foundation to evolve from. So, for instance, you can evolve it into a video, into a book, into a piece of music.
Yes.
Or any other JI.
Yes.
Yeah. Or any other Gen AI type workload. And it keeps evolving on into real-time agentic capabilities with its own digital wallet and real-time voice capabilities.
So you can talk to it, or it can talk back.
Exactly. So let's say it's a cat in the hat at the Dubai Mall. So from that, it can derive a whole evolutionary path of what can you now do with this persona of a cat in a hat at Dubai Mall.
Yeah.
And can you create things like a treasure hunt inside the mall for perhaps coupons So there may be discounts in the Virgin Megastore. Now, the possibilities from that are really boundless. Because these things have their own entity.
When Dom showed me the feature, what I liked about it was the seamlessness. Now, like I said, what I like to show you guys is unstaged. All right, so I hope you can appreciate, and I want to make this clear. Dom is here to show the thing. I'm interested in the thing. He came all the way from Dubai yesterday and sat here with us on the show last night and dealt with our craziness quite professionally and friendly. He's a friendly man. I like him a lot. But I want to make it clear. There's no... he's not paying me to look at this, because a lot of people will ask. You know, this isn't a paid promotion or advertisement. This is just like every other time I show you a tool. I think it's a cool tool. And, you know, we're lucky enough that Dom's come all the way from Dubai. Obviously, he's doing other things. He's not just come here to see me, right? But he's taken the time out, not only to come in person to the studio, which was great to have you on, by the way, but also he's taken the time tonight to come on the show, call-in style, and give us some pointers. And as I said, I want you to know this is completely unstaged. I literally installed this today. Yes, I used it in the past. You can see some of my generations. I think if you know when I brought out the Star Citizen and the cut section LoRa's, you can see I've tested both of them on Promptus right here. Okay. But I just wanted to say that now, because I know we're near the end of the show. We've got like 8 minutes until we finish. And I wanted to give a fair shake to this because, like I said, I'm happy with what I use. And it's very easy to get stuck using the same tools forever. But if I'd never bothered to try new tools out, I'd still be using Automatic 1111 right now. Okay? And obviously, can you even imagine, you know, thousands of workflows, right, in Comfy never would have come out, right? So I would say it's worth taking the plunge. Do you know when you guys are actually... when are you guys going live? Like full on live? Because I know this is just a sort of pre-launch, right?
Yeah, I'm expecting in the next 2 or 3 weeks we do the final push.
Right.
And
well, yeah.
just to supplement what you're saying there, it's once you've built these Comfy UI workflows, converted them into a cozy flow, and then added it to your own personal web space, then the whole world can now access Comfy UI without the need of dropping into the canvas.
Yes, that's the thing.
Benefits
that's
without the pain.
See, I've seen a couple of other sites do similar things, but you're doing it slightly differently. So you're giving them the Comfy access, but you're also giving them the tools exposure, but you're also giving them a mini site. So there's quite a lot of different things going on, and you can use it with the Horde. Okay, and that's the decentralization that we were talking about earlier, the decentralized compute. It's possible to use that cluster, that sort of distributed cluster, to run your jobs. So if there's a job that's too big for your PC, you can still run it, you know. And again, because I can imagine right now there's somebody out there who is going to be on this platform. They write workflows that everybody wants. They don't have a GPU, and they make enough credits that they can generate for free. You know, that's what I see being more common. Okay, I think that we've pretty much got to the end of the show. We ran out of time for the hell diving, so what we're going to do is we're going to move that to tomorrow night, because I do want to show you the sampling of the video games to make game assets and animations and all the rest of it, guys. But I just want to thank Dom for coming on. We'll definitely cover this when you get closer to the launch. I want to keep coming back to this and showing people, because I think it's amazing. You've taken the barrier to entry, the technical difficulty, like the pain is gone, and it allows people to just be creative with it. And I think that's the goal, you know, that's the big goal. Dom? Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
Love it.
Sorry, mate. I lost you there for a second. So, yeah, we're going to disappear then. At time, it's parachute time, ladies and gents. I want to thank you all for joining me. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 8 p.m. start, UK time. And I'll see you next time.
Bye.
Some evil. I'm not mistaken that we're gonna